Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another video of streamers are getting bullied for playing Hogwarts Legacy. Like I was telling Chad or anybody here watching, which you should be, so come through. Uh, I am playing this game. See, I might watch these playthroughs because I don't think it'll matter when I play. Because I no, it don't matter. I might watch Chris Move play it, but I seen this like somebody's wife crying over it, and
Yo, if
that's
you're
crazy.
playing Hogwarts Legacy, you're the problem, dog.
I don't
It's
care.
you. We're packing you up.
Yep,
Why
I'm
are
the
This
problem. I
video.
can care less.
What? Are we?
This video you're getting canceled, dog. I'm coming in your Twitch streams and I'm canceling you, dog.
Come find me.
Individually, I'm canceling you.
Oh, I
Yeah.
would like more
You're
people
not
to come
allowed to
in.
enjoy good things anymore.
At all, bro.
It's what we've learned because Hogwarts Legacy just dropped yesterday, and while like 99% of people are actually happy with the game, I feel like nowadays single player games are just being loved by everybody.
Facts.
It's like a new.
That's true. But I also don't want to buy single player games anymore because, like, after you're done with the story, then what? Like, I got Spider Man 1 and Miles Morales, and then I finished the game, and now what? It's just there. I mean, I don't think I'll ever play it again because I don't really like replaying games. It's like how I don't really like rewatching movies or shit like that. I don't know.
Renaissance, man. It's been nice, but game drop, everybody's been streaming it, but there's been a specific group of people that are highly upset at its success. Actually, I don't even want to say it's trans people, because there's some trans people I've seen on Twitter not upset that are playing and streaming the game.
Yeah.
It's not.
So for those who don't know,
What's wrong with
J.K.
it?
Rowling, who was the author for Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy is obviously based off of Harry Potter. It's a game based off Harry Potter.
I think
she's been online over the past few months, dating back, I believe, back in October, with some very questionable tweets toward
people who menstruate. I'm sure there used to be a word for those people. Someone help me out. Woman, pound, wool mud. Bring more equal post COVID-19 world for people who menstruate.
towards the trans community. Now, essentially, what we would like to call her is a TERF. TERFs are basically people who believe that there's only two identities, and well, really, they just exclude trans because they feel like you can't identify with male or female, especially the women part of it, because the F in TERF stands for feminist, radical feminist to be exact. Trans exclusive radical feminist. That's what it stands for. So people identify her as J.K. Rowling as a TERF. Essentially, she's believing that, you can't, there's no way that y'all can.
If sex isn't real, then no same-sex attraction. If sex isn't real, the lived reality of women globally is erased. I know and love trans people, but erasing the concept of sex removes the ability of many to meaningfully discuss their lives. If it isn't hate, to speak the truth. The idea that women like me who've been empathetic to trans people for decades feeling kinship because they are vulnerable in the same way as women, i.e. to male violence, hate trans people because they think sex is real and live consciously is nonsense. I respect every trans person's right to live any way that feels authentic and comfortable to them. I'd march with you if you were discriminated against on the basis of being trans. At the same time, my life has been shaped by being female. I do not believe it's hateful to say so.
Can sit here and tell me my experience as a woman and you should be able to share it as a man. Absolutely no way. And so from there, people got upset. They even asked her, how do you sleep at night? You know what she said?
Easy.
Them royalty checks be hitting hard.
She said that?
Yes, she did.
That's funny.
So people got upset at her, then kind of push this idea that they should be boycotting it. And then from there, if you are going to play the game, you must not like trans women either. Now the biggest problem is, and it's actually gotten so extreme that some people are getting bullied for playing it, like straight up on Twitch.
Yeah.
If you're
just turn off chat.
You're getting bullied tonight, dog.
If I start playing Hogwarts Legacy, are more people gonna come in the chat?
Only reason why I'm not playing this game, and I know a bunch of other people are not playing this game, is because we know that it's not worth it to get fucking bullied endless.
Bro, who cares what people think over a game, bro? If you want to play the game, bro. That's all I gotta say. This is dumb. Like, I don't watch Hassan or whatever, but I think he's a smart guy, right? He says some smart shit sometimes. From the clips I've seen of him, I haven't seen him say no dumb thing like that. Mr. Beast take. Yeah, it was actually a good one. How something that's curable is locked behind money, which is dumb. I agree with that. But bro, over a game, bro. Like, bro, just if you want to play the game, play the game. That's all I gotta say. Who cares what other people think, bro? Just turn off chat if you're really that worried about it, or don't look at chat while you're playing the game.
And called transphobic endlessly in when we have massive queer communities and audiences. That's it. Everybody.
Like, bro has fans that are trans, right? Like he just said. So if he has fans that are trans, they're gonna know what he stands for, right? And if people say he's transphobic, they're gonna be like, no, he's not. No, he's not. He's actually not, because I'm a trans person and I watch him, and he's actually not.
Knows. Everybody
the fact that you're scared to play a game is dumb.
Leftist motherfuckers love to chirp on the internet. They got no power. All they do is chirp, and that's
exactly. They got no power.
Why so many fucking people that would otherwise like play it, maybe even raise money for charities or whatever. They're not doing it. I knew that this was going to happen. That's why I wanted to set it up ahead of time.
If you playing it, if I catch you playing it,
that's
in
dumb.
your stream subbing up.
See, I'm broke. That's why I'm not playing it.
I'm still able to fucking believe
if I could,
that's
I
actually
would.
the most fascinating part. Most of the people I know that's playing it are having a great time and nobody really cares. But it's also important to note that, like, just because J.K. Rowling thinks away doesn't mean the entire dev team, the entire publishing team, or anybody associated with the production of the game feels away. Because by that logic, you could just characterize any entity by the actions of one person.
Now, hold on? That's fair. Yes.
Like Activision had the whole SA situation.
Some people, there's actually people who decide not to buy Activision.
And if that's what you want to do, I swear, like, you're 100% allowed to do it.
You're allowed to do it.
100%.
The
I do
same
that
way
too.
Yeah,
like remember when
BLM.
Yeah, you remember when Publix said that you can't wear masks that say BLM on it? Now I don't shop at Publix no more. Point is, like, you could boycott literally whatever you want. You could boycott whatever you want, and you're justified in doing that. If you want to rally people to boycott what you want, it's a free society. You could rally,
but don't
whatever
bully
you want
people
to do whatever you want. But what you shouldn't be doing is trying to bully people into. It's more of like a control thing. Once you start going in people's Twitch streams saying, "Why are you playing this game? Does that make you a transphobe? Are you a transphobe because you're playing this game?" Just because you're playing a Harry Potter game does not mean you believe every single ideology of the person that created the IP.
Exactly.
That's my point. I want to be very clear, because I see y'all comments in the comment section below, and y'all just skip over very pivotal information that we'll be saying in the video. If you want to boycott it, it's fine, bro. Like, nobody's gonna stop you from boycotting it. That's okay. But it also needs to be understood, just because people are participating and buying it doesn't mean that they agree on every single last thing that someone who is associated with the IP may have said or believe. Because if that's the case, bro, theoretically speaking, you couldn't purchase anything, right? Because you're not going to be, there's no company, no entity where every single last person on the exact same page with everything. You can't do that, bro. See, this isn't not a boredom theory. I don't think this is boredom theory. This is
control. It's like
no. I think this is the proximity theory of yours. So, like, how what do you choose to care about?
I don't,
because
why care about that? Like, when Nestle is stealing water from communities that need it, putting it in bottles and selling it for incredible markups, people niggas is dehydrating because they're stealing people's water. Nobody cares. People
I didn't even know that.
Whatever the Nestle brand is so deep and is so rich, they don't care. They will enrich themselves some more to make more money. But niggas have no problem eating the chocolate bar. It's just fascinating to me, like, who cares about what and why? And most of the time, niggas don't give a fuck about something unless it has something to do with them. Like, for example, like, if you're black, you're more likely to care about black issues, or if you have a lot of black friends. There's nothing wrong with that. Just understand the reason why you care about some of your issues is because it's more relevant to you. So in this specific context, if somebody is not offended enough to the point where they don't want to boycott the game, it doesn't make them a bad person. It just makes them a person that grew up loving and watching the Harry Potter IP, whether it's through the books or the movies. God forbid, what was that nigga's name? George Lucas. God forbid came out that nigga supported Nazis or something like that. It's like, oh man, now we can't enjoy Star Wars no more.
But see, I don't understand why. But I'm so confused. If George Lucas came out and supported something extremely radical, why do y'all think that everybody else would be on the same page with him just because they were participating in Star Wars paraphernalia? To me, that's crazy. I think that's a bit extreme.
They know it's extreme. I swear it's just a power thing.
Now, but what they are saying though, some people are saying, going back to the royalty checks thing, this is what's important. People are saying that you basically buying a game is giving her money for her to then further push her agenda and support. Now, to those people, again, I asked the question. Even if you want to go that far, I was doing a little bit of research on here. I didn't see anything where she claimed that her royalty checks goes towards any form of legislation that pushes away trans people's rights or anything like that. Not saying that they couldn't be. I actually saw her donating her money in another way.
It's too late.
I'm about to say it's kind of too late.
She's rich.
And again, I asked the question: do you all do this in every entity? So again, if you are, and I'm just specifically talking to the people who are out here bullying people, not the people who just want to boycott for the sake of boycotting, that's fine. But if you're bullying people to doing it, do you support Nike? We all know, historically speaking, how that brand has been built, in particular the shoes, and how it's being completely underfunded by people overseas in these basically concentration camps making these shoes. What about every single major corporation in America that don't give people living wages when they work for them? So they're basically promoting poverty. Do you then do that? I'm just saying, like, where does it end essentially? Like, where does it end? I mean, that's what it is, bro. Like, Walmart can afford to pay people more money. Like, let's give it a bean. They can. They just don't do it. So I just continue to beg the question: where does it end? Where does it stop?
A nigga created a tool, bro, so that you could search up if a streamer had played Hogwarts Legacy, just so people could go over there and vote that streamer. Yeah, you didn't hear about this?
No.
There's literally a tool you could just search up his Twitch stream's name, and it'll say whether or not they played it, and people going over there and just trying to harass him.
Yeah, like, dude, do you know how many reports we got and how many people unsubscribed and like
you can look at our channel
and then the
analytics.
nightmare we've been going through since we like became very vocal about our support for the LGBT community with Last of Us and shit, and now you're gonna come in here because we're trying to review Harry Potter, which J.K. Rowling, she didn't like fucking do anything with this. She just sold her license. It's like, you can't win, man.
I guess it's less relevant for the bigger streamers because the focus is really just entertainment at the end of the day. So like XQC is in the background. He's 20 hours deep into his shit. I've been watching his shit throughout the night, man.
100,000 people in it.
Because so far it looks like a really good game. People are tuned in. But besides
if you're a small streamer, you're done, dog.
Because if everyone in your chat, like, you're done.
You're done.
If your chat is moving slow and like 50% of it becomes people hating you for playing the game, you're not gonna want to play the game. You're not gonna want to play it, bro.
I guess that's true.
So I saw Hassan decide not to play it neither because he
Hassan is
a little bit on his alt account or something like that, and people was on his ass over it saying he's a transphobe.
I was about to say that,
and it's like, if you know Hassan's takes, because he's literally a political streamer, like, he talks about controversial issues, so you know how he feels about trans people, and he's always in support of trans rights. Then how could you turn around and call him a transphobe because he decided to play a video game? You know how brain dead that is? That means that you don't even receive information. You just try and point the finger and bestow your power upon people. Do you know there's a trans character in the game?
Oh, there is? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
It's like they pre'd it. They knew it was coming. And they're like, look, man, what we're going to do is add a little bit of diversity.
Also, wait. So is it is it just someone who's trans? They're not like,
yeah.
So what are y'all upset about?
It's just J.K. Rowling. But like, if you looked at the game for what it is, outside of, at the end of the day, the person that creates the IP is the person that creates the IP. But like, once it graduates from that point to the point where
the devs are the ones who are basically making the game at that point, bro.
And you don't know who those devs. But here's the think about how reckless that is. Like, for example, there's so many people that are a part of the process to create video games, and all of it is a big risk. Like, video game industry is a huge risk. If you hit a home run, you do GTA 5 numbers, and like, bro, billions and billions and billions. But a lot fail because the investment is huge, and it takes years before you even know whether or not your proof of concept can actually work. Yeah. Which is why people don't risk new IPs. This right now is a new IP. It's a huge risk for these guys. You mean to tell me you're willing to tank all of that? Any future Hogwarts game, and anytime a new IP like this fails, one that's really hyped, it makes other publishers way less willing to give new shit a chance, which is why you see number 2s, 3s, 4, 5, 6s of games, because it's way safer to just run it back and add some improvements, NBA 2K23, than it is to create a new IP. The whole video game industry takes a hit when a very hyped new IP flops tremendously, because everybody just begins to get a little bit more cautious. That being said,
but they don't care though.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
but that's the thing though.
There's people who say they're gonna burn their already bought Harry Potter books.
And I swear, if you want to do that, that's fine, because if you believe in some shit and there's something in opposition to that, so you don't want to support that thing you don't believe in, it's free speech. You can do whatever you want. You're not being forced to play the game. You're not being forced to support the franchise, but you also can't force other people not to as well.
If anything, is going to push people even further away from trying to support you. If you sit there and go into someone's chat or go online and just bully somebody, that's definitely not going to gain any support at all. J.K. Rowling is one person. This is not even a situation where we have to like separate the art from the artist, because J.K. Rowling's not even doing the art. She didn't even create the game. It's a completely different dev. It's a dev team that created
She is
a
so
different
far
entity.
removed from this video game.
She's literally just going to wake up, receive a check, and move on, bro. She does not have anything to do with it outside the fact that it's Hogwarts. It has something to do with Harry Potter. That's it. That's literally it. But boycott what you want to boycott, man. Nobody not gonna be upset at you, but just don't be sitting here bullying people to try to be on the same page with you. It's a bit excessive, especially when you going on other people's streams and sitting there telling them, you're stupid. Like, come on, dog. What are you doing? Grow up. Come on, grow up, dog. But yo, check out the last video, man. We did some massive over there, man. Bangers. And until next time,
I don't think I watched it.
Peace.
But yeah, they're right. They're right. I'm bullying somebody over a game is crazy. Playing a game they like and they've been anticipating, right? Like, bro, hate people who force their own preferences on others, right, bro? Like, you want to boycott it? Sure, cool. You see other people who also want to boycott it and you join their boycotting? Cool, right? But don't hate on people who don't want to boycott something you're boycotting for. Like, no. It's on Twitter a while ago, but this is all their fault. They treated that woman as God, and her book said scripture. I gotta read this. They're angry that they are the reason for her success and they're lashing out. Instead of holding themselves accountable, they are unable to separate the art from the artist because they treat every piece of media as ideological battleground. You would think that this would teach them a lesson of not basing their entire identity around the entertainment they consume, but they won't. Their brains. I guess that's true. I guess that's also true. But let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe. See you guys later. Hope you have a good day or night. And bye.